Hi, my name's John. Welcome to another Sunday night nightcap. Tonight's nightcap, once again, is all sort of steam engine related parts. I make a start on some chain oil boxes for the old 8-wheel Sentinel wagon that my friend used to own. These are originally were a casting. I don't do casting anymore. Well, not at the minute. So I'm going to sort of fabricate them out of aluminium. I'm sure you'll find that interesting. I got a nice package sent in last week, a cardboard box with a lot of Whitworth taps and dies in. We're going to have a quick look at the side of there. Most people that watch my channel will recognise this as a Sentinel DG8 steam wagon. I've done a fair amount of work on this wagon over the last few years. The wagon's now been sold and the new one has asked me if I can fabricate two of these things. It's actually an oil reservoir to oil the chain on the wagon. There's two of them, one each side. The original items were castings. I don't do casting at the minute, so I'm going to fabricate them out of aluminium, weld them all together, smooth the welds out and try and make them look like castings. This is a drawn out of the works manual. I've got this drawn to work off. It's got all the relevant sizes in, but nothing is really that critical. I can sort of make it up as I go along, as long as I keep it within the sort of size it originally was. This is 5mm aluminium plate and it's going to make the basic box shape for these oilers. Put some extraction on. Nice clean cuts on the aluminium. It's strange stuff to cut sometimes. There's two lines there going to be full box. I'm basically going to make a box. So we're just going to put 90-degree fulls in here and then weld the seams up. It should bend without tearing if we're careful. When you're doing it this way, you get nice, clean, square edges. I'll clamp it at something that's square before I weld it, and then we'll weld down the outside edges. I'll try and get some video of it being welded. Aluminium's going to be clean, really clean. Use a stainless steel wire brush. It's used for nothing else but aluminium. This is a new Ortec 161 AC/DC welder. I've got it on easy set, and these are the settings that are factory set for welding 5mm aluminium. It's going to go to 160 amps. We use the 2.4mm tungsten. It's 5mm thick aluminium. It is aluminium. It's an outside corner joint. The pulse level's off, and I'm using a pedal back to 160 amps. So I'm going to try welding it on exactly what they recommend. Not quite full pedal, probably 130, 140 amps. It's running in nicely. cut out 2 end caps, the same material. I can get these 2 bottom corners tacked, and I can push that down into where it wants to be. These are going to be get ground off anyway to make it look like a casting. That's the idea of it. I'll get a couple of tacks on there and go from there, I think. Right, I have to tack this side first. That's not bad actually. Better. Right, time to weld it up. I've gone over the welds again without any filler wire, just to blend them in and make it look more like a casting. I've left a bit there, and you can see there the ripples you get that people actually like to see on aluminium welding. The bastard's warm, like that bit there. Right, we've got to cut another end cap, weld that in, and there's a special plate to make for the top. But it's starting to take shape now. Trouble is, I've got 2 of the bastards to do. This is where it starts to get a little bit more interesting. There's a lid that goes on there, sits on the centre. There's a raised bit that rests on, lifts and pivots. So I've got to cut a piece out that size with a hole in the centre of that. So that's the part we're busy with now. That bit there, it's got a raised lip on. I'll just put some beads of weld round and grind it or mill it. Then I've got these side bits to do. But it's starting to take shape, it's starting to look like what it's supposed to look like. And these welds can be all ground off to make it look like 100-year-old casting. He's made a lovely job of getting the tops cast. If I'd still been doing casting, I would have made a pattern and cast. These would be quite easy to pattern to do, but unfortunately all the casting gear's put away for the minute. Right, so the lid sits on there like that, and I need to put some beads of weld all the way around here so I can machine or file or grind a little register just for that to sit on top of. So run some beads around it, build it up, and then go from there. These lovely tapered bronze plugs are a safety device that's fitted into a steam engine boiler. It's called a fusible plug. The plug's hollow, it's got a coarse thread in there, and the idea is you fill that up with molten lead. That gets screwed into the firebox of the steam engine or steam boiler. Water is constantly covering this so it keeps the temperature down. If the boiler runs low on water, that plug will melt out and it'll blast all the water and steam down and put the fire out. Very simple, nothing to go wrong. It either works or it doesn't work. These are new ones. So what I'm going to do now is fill them with lead. I'm doing it here because I've got a nice extractor fan on the table and it'll pull all the horrible fumes from the molten lead away. I've got the two plugs, I've got a graphite crucible, I've got a fire brick. That's a piece of graphite. That stuff there is Tinman solder 6040. You don't fill the plug with that, but you do coat the threads with that. That is pure lead, it's old-fashioned lead pipe melted down. That's the flux I'm going to use, Baker's soda flux number 3. The flux is in there, and I've got a little paintbrush. I'm not quite sure on the heat source whether to use straight propane or oxypropane. We'll have a little experiment and find out. But the first thing to do is to warm these up, get some flux into the threads, and then tin them with the Tinman solder. Okay, so that now, you can see that it's got a coating of tin inside it. All you need to do is coat the threads, no more than that. Then fill that up with a molten lead. Starting to get a little bit warm, that bastard. Right, so that's full now, there's enough heat in there, the lead is fully molten. That's one done. Right, so that's all the way down the thread, nicely coated in Tinman solder. Now for the molten, get out your faster, the molten lead bit. A little bit more fluff. These are lead and the bronze are at the same temperature. It's not a cool fill. Lead is all the way through. I've cleaned them up on the wire wheel. They've come up nice. Removed all the traces of flux from them. I'm going to put them in the lathe and just tidy the ends up, and then I'm going to put a pressure test on them. The boiler works at 200 psi, so I'm going to put 400 on this hydraulic just to proof that the lead is sealed in properly. A little bit of thread tape just to seal it into the test fitting. We'll pump some water up first so all the air's out of the system. Right, that's water there. In theory, water doesn't compress, so right, we'll put some pressure on it. I'll bring the camera in so you can see the gauge. It's sitting at 250 there now. There's 400. Absolutely going dry. I've never ever had all of these fail yet. I've tested all the ones I've done. I've never seen one fail. As long as it's clean, you use the right solder to tin it and then the right lead. And we'll deem that as a pass. I'll leave the pressure on for a little bit. This is the box that George Pinder kindly sent in to us. He said they were all Whitworth taps and dies. Indeed they are, 1.25" Whitworth. I haven't got one of them. 3/4 weight. 5/8 UNC. This is all stuff that I do use. That one's been resharpened. This is some new stuff. That's metric, 24mm, that'll be useful. Another metric, use them all the time. More Whitworth. Yep, more Whitworth. A lot of these taps will be given away to people who haven't got them or friends who use them as well. I won't just put them away in a box. It's a nice big end mill. That's a cutter for a horizontal milling machine. My friend Mick's got my horizontal milling machine in his workshop. He'll be going up there. Another big fearsome cutter. Inch-Whitworth die nut in really good condition. I certainly haven't got one of them. I'll bring the camera a little bit closer. There's some really fine tape reamers in there. They'll be going to Bob. My friend Bob uses that sort of stuff for his repair work on his DTIs. Oh, these are nice, brand new tape Arimas. That's a 10mm one. $8mm, as you can get taper pins to go with these. I haven't got any taper reamers of decent quality like that, not metric ones. Excellent. That's excellent, George. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. They will get used. If anybody wants any big taps, and I've got spare ones, send us an email. I'll see what I can do. Excellent. Thank you. Once again, it's just time to say thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Anyway, thanks for watching.